I'll be like, hello, ladies and gentlemen, we are live with Emily Hudson. All right, so this is a serious live stream. Are we just out? Parliament, the kangaroo court in Parliament, the Privileges Committee, Harriet, Harman, they won the vote tonight. Only 7 MPs voted in favour of Boris, mainly because the Tory party decided to abstain. So they said the whole thing is so ridiculous that the Privileges Committee report that we're not even going to take it seriously, we're not going to vote. And now that they've won the vote, guess what they're doing? They have decided to permanently ban Boris Johnson from Parliament as a citizen. So what is your reaction to it?
Well, firstly, I'm quite shocked that I can get into Parliament and Boris can't. But I have to say, it does feel like a bit of a stitch-up. And there's a lot of MPs that have kind of backstabbed Boris. And I didn't agree with a lot of his lockdown policies.
Yeah.
But they have him to thank for their seats. They were very happy to lap him up and stand behind him when they wanted to be MPs, but now all of a sudden they are backstabbing him, and it does feel like a stitch-up. And also, I'm just a bit confused that unless he becomes an MP, he actually can't go through the doors.
You can't even enter the building.
Like that, surely there's like people on the watch list that could probably get into Parliament.
There are creepy people allegedly in Parliament right now. They can easily
people
go
on suspicion of,
everything.
All sorts of different offences.
Yeah, but they're treating him like, again, he's like an enemy, outside enemy. That you can't even enter the building.
It just seems a bit disproportionate. Like the anti-Boris kind of agenda has been taken a bit too far now, and I think this was always part of the plan, right? They were trying to get him for something, and I guess they finally got his man.
But it goes beyond that, actually. It goes further. So what they're planning to do now tomorrow, Harriet, Harman, now that they've won this vote, and they're banning Boris Johnson permanently from Parliament unless he becomes an MP, they're also now going to start a new investigation tomorrow into anyone who's criticised the Privileges Committee, anyone who called it the kangaroo court.
Very convenient.
They're going off, it's like Soviet Union.
It's giving North Korea.
It is a little bit embarrassing. You mentioned something.
You should be able to kind of criticise
the
committee, right? That's part of democracy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And MPs. I mean, you should mention something interesting just now, which was even the Tory MPs on the right, when they were supposed to be criticising Boris as Prime Minister, they were just backing him, he can't do anything wrong, like lockdown policies. But the one time that they were supposed to be backing him, because that was just common sense, they decided to stab him in the back. What's going on with that?
I know. It's crazy, and I do just think the common theme is lockdowns weren't right. I think we all can agree with that, and I think the general message from here is do not listen to governments whatsoever, because they will do what they want, and I think, people should have their own personal judgment on things and use their own common sense, because clearly the government doesn't even follow their own advice, so why should we normal people do that? But there does seem to be double standards. I mean, like Keir Starmer having a beer, we all saw the photos.
Mark Drakeford was dancing at a wedding or something.
Exactly, that's why it does just seem a bit anti-Boris at this point.
Yeah, I mean, not to then turn it into a witch hunt against someone else. But for example,
and Bernard Jenkins.
But let's not forget, if they're gonna, one thing is about getting caught and being fined by the police, and a lot of them did. One thing is about what we call the kangaroo court. If it's about the kangaroo court, it's about the integrity of Parliament. Why are they not going after Rishi Sunak, who was also fined because of Partygate, who also misled Parliament?
That's such a good point.
He also misled Parliament.
They're all in the same boat here.
Yeah, but somehow Harriet Harman and the Labour Party are fine with Rishi Sunak, because clearly they have a personal problem with Boris Johnson.
Rishi Sunak's part of the establishment.
Yeah.
They'd actually rather someone like him was in charge, someone that they see as sensible and ultimately all on the same side.
It's insanity. Let's before we go, have a look at some of the comments in the live chat.
Keir Starmer, love that one.
Charlie says at least he hasn't been arrested like Trump. But
I wouldn't put it past them.
I know,
they speak too soon.
If you give them that much, well, also, this is British politics as American politics. For British standards, in British version, this is the same thing.
It does feel very politicised.
Yeah, they're very disproportionate. Stella says, a witch hunt, why nothing about Blair and illegal? Oh, that's the other
Again,
thing.
part of the establishment.
Don't get part of the establishment. Yeah, Alex says, yeah, Blair got nothing. Now why don't Harman and co go after Snuff Starmer? Is that a new nickname?
Because it doesn't suit their agenda.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, I was actually just on LBC. I don't know why.
Nice plug. Go watch it now.
I was on LBC
just my bit.
Yeah, just watch my bit. Cross question panel, and obviously it's mostly left-wing dominated, those sort of shows. And everybody who was on the panel who was basically left-leaning, their argument on this issue was just pure emotion. It was just basically every word coming out of the mouth is because they just hate Brexit and Boris.
And Boris, it all comes down to that. It's not rational, because if it was rational, then everyone would be treated the same.
Patrick says, shout out, correct, not political. It's his birthday, please. Sorry, what?
Shout out, correct,
Big
not
go,
political.
correct. I'm guessing.
I'm guessing it's like a user or
yeah.
something. Unless that's one of those like jokes to make us say something funny. I don't know.
yeah. Not doing
I'm always
but
very
happy
rude.
birthday
No, joking.
to everybody. Okay, Harriet Harperson must resign. Harriet Harperson, love that. Mac 10 says, kangaroo who must not be named. Oh, I'm stealing that joke as well.
That's a good one. Gosh, you've got some funny viewers. I'd love to see it.
Exactly.
Some good one-liners there.
To be fair, we've received a number of comments before, and Emily used to come on the channel every now and then, but now she's busy. She's got a real job. So, but people love to see you. Yeah.
It's nice. It's nice to be back. I'll definitely have to be back soon.
Yeah. Martin says Boris is well out of it now. Best thing he did resigning, getting away from the cesspool.
I still think in the future he's always got something up his sleeve, doesn't he?
Yeah, the guy's unpredictable, and don't even like discount him somehow, even starting a new party or something.
Yeah, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. He's always got something up his sleeve.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's always waiting for his next big comeback.
Insanity. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming on this live stream last minute, so I didn't really schedule it properly. For those who joined late, by Parliament, the Kangaroo Court won the vote against Boris Johnson, and they decided to permanently ban him from Parliament. Absolute chaos. So enough of the insanity. We are now going to go to the pub, have a drink. What, £8 a pint in London or whatever. Thank you so much for watching.
Have a great evening.
I'm Mahyar, Tousi, and we are the media.